animals than other pesticides, yet still toxic enough to kill insects.
Well, basically, the the manufacturers of this product says it breaks down their immune system, causes memory loss, causes nervous system disorders, and causes the insects to quit feeding.
And you think that that's what's happened to the bees?
That's exactly what we're seeing happen inside of these honeybee colonies.
Bayer Crop Science, a leading manufacturer of neonicotinoids, denies that the pesticide is responsible for colony collapse, and it cites studies which support that conclusion. Other studies done by the French government and protests by French beekeepers caused the pesticide to be partially banned there in 1999.
David Hackenberg says this product causes insects to lose their sense of navigation.
Right.
And he says that's what's happening. He thinks they're leaving the hive and can't find their way back.
Well, if that's true, then we'll be able to find certain levels of different pesticides in those hives, and we don't have that complete picture yet. We just don't have consistency that points us in that direction.
Besides the pesticides, parasites, and pathogens, scientists are looking into the bees' diet and environmental stresses as contributing factors. Development has reduced natural habitat, clearing thousands of acres of clover and flowers. Instead, the bees are now spending week after week on the road, feeding on a single crop, undernourished and overworked.
Doesn't bother the bees to spend that much time on the road?
Well, I'm not sure if it bothers them or not. You know, it's got to be stressful. I mean, everything we do has got to be stressful. But we've been doing this for, for 30 years.
Beekeepers have been moving bees a long time. The Egyptians sent their bees down the Nile.
Dr. Marla Spivak is a professor at the University of Minnesota and one of the nation's most respected authorities on honeybees.
Are the bees getting stressed? I mean, is that part of the problem?
Yes, they're stressed.
Like everyone else?
Like everyone else. They mirror us. We have a really close association with bees. They reflect what we're doing.
She says they're sensors for the environment and that the bees are giving us feedback.
You know, the bees, they fly out. Either there's not enough food or it's contaminated. And they
years to figure out exactly what is killing the bees. Scientists are patiently trying to recreate colony collapse disorder in healthy hives in order to try and determine what's triggering it.
Well, go get the truck and get back.
But the seasons don't wait for science. With losses mounting and contracts to fill, the Hackenbergs decided to borrow hundreds of thousands of dollars to buy new bees and rebuild the hives.
Did you think about giving up, quitting?
Oh, yeah. I thought about it.
And why didn't you?
Well, I got a lot of farmers out there depend on me.
Brian Campbell of Berwick, Pennsylvania, is one of them.
This all pumpkin out here?
Yes, it is, as far as you can see here up to the tree line.
Could you grow these pumpkins without bees?
It wouldn't be profitable.
Campbell figures he needs 30 bee visits per flower to pollinate 300 acres of pumpkins, all headed to Walmart for the Halloween trade.
If it's not pollinated, this is going to dry up and fall off.
And with bees in short supply, Campbell was more than willing to pay Hackenberg $27,000 to rent 12 million of them for 6 weeks, double the usual price.
We need those bees. They've got to come up with a conclusion here.
Congress is expected to fund additional bee research with the new Farm Bill, but hardly anyone is talking about helping out the beekeepers, who David Hackenberg calls the ugly stepchildren of agriculture. He told us the cold weather this fall and winter will pose a crucial test for him and for his bees.
What happens if you have another big die-off?
I'm probably out of business.
What would you do?
I don't know. It's all I've done in my life.
If there's another big die-off of bees, some beekeepers, maybe many beekeepers, are going to go out of business.
And what does that do to vegetables and fruits in the supermarket?
We won't have the quality fruits. We may not have the quantity of fruits and vegetables. And this could mean higher prices at the grocery store, and it'll hit the public directly.
Just yesterday, the farm manager of one of the largest blueberry companies in the United States called me to see, how are you doing? How are the bees doing, they're concerned because, they need these bees next year, I mean, we got through this year, but what's going to happen next year?
And you don't know.
That's right, we don't know. Nobody knows.